Well, we're live. I didn't even have time to count down. We're here. It's Federico. It's Fred. It's Sam. We're going to be looking at Elixir and Phoenix. Yeah, exciting, exciting stuff. I know in the background Fred is installing Elixir. Federico, did you get set up with Elixir on your system?
I got set up on my little netbook, and
Oh yeah.
right now I'm just for more CPU power on my desktop, so I do need to install it over here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm just out of interest. What kind of platform you think you're on a Ubuntu, and you're running in the virtual box there? I
Yeah,
see.
Lubuntu. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And
So
go on.
yeah, I'm actually on the Windows, but Lubuntu. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
I got a little base appliance here that I should set up here.
Mm. Okay. Cool. I know Fred is on OS X, and I also happen to be on OS X. I've got Elixir live and running. Is there? To, I guess your it may take it's not going to take that long. Do you want to kind of kick off the installation of Elixir in the background, and we'll maybe start on my machine?
Yeah, let's do that.
Hmm. Okay, and yeah, if you're comfortable, just sort of plugging away with that in the background. Are
Yeah.
you fairly familiar with the Hangouts? Have you used Hangouts before?
Not not really. Not Hangouts on there. No.
No, okay, okay, cool. No,
No.
no worries. I mean, this looks like you've got the screen, hold of the screen share. I'll just say to Fred, you might want to turn your video off, just because sometimes, as we were saying in the local support thing we were doing before, I think sometimes it affects the bandwidth of the overall thing. So yeah, cool. Okay, so that's there. That's what's uh, Fred and I were playing with before. Actually, here I've just upgraded to Elixir 1.3.2
Yeah.
on my side. I was just checking that that was working. I did a little play with that earlier on, and what I've been doing, if I can, what have I done with it? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I've just been kind of working through the introductory stuff for Elixir and getting a sense of the language, and looking up things about how to find out, like there's some new features like being able to check for, you can use this I and then the name of something. We can find out that I true is an atom, and I four is an integer, and it's interesting. There's is a string, and it's interesting that I found out today that single quotes it becomes a character
It's a
array rather than a
yeah.
string.
I'm sorry. Yeah. It's a chart list, right?
Charlist, indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. Hmm. So yeah, but so you had already worked through some of the Elixir background stuff.
Me, Federico.
Uh-huh.
Uh, the yes, I worked through some of the getting started. Where is it? The guides. Yeah,
Hmm.
I forgot where it was. Guides. Yeah, I worked through a little bit of that. I worked through a couple chapters of introducing Elixir.
Right, that's the Safari book, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's about it. Read a couple chapters of introducing Phoenix,
Hmm.
and that's about it. I did not get through all of these on the Elixir homepage.
No,
I got
and no
Yeah, I
worries.
got through about a third or so, or half or so.
Yeah, and that's about parallel with what I managed to do. What I thought we would do today is just see if we could get a Phoenix server up and running.
Yeah, we should try it. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so I think both of you are installing Phoenix in the background. We're installing Elixir in the
Right.
background. So do let me know when that's done. I think the sessions are always more fun when we can move from machine to machine. We just did GitHub Pong between Fred and my machine on local support, and that was kind of fun. But yeah, so I'm just going to dive in here. So this is a getting started for Phoenix page requirements Elixir version 1.0.2 plus. We've got that. So I guess right. So we've got install Elixir, which we've done. Um, so then it's basically telling us here to actually clone. Interesting. to clone the Phoenix framework directly off Git. And then move in there and then do some kind of compilation step. So I'm in my little Elixir playground that I had here. I guess what I'm tempted to do is back out there. I have kind of an approximate system that I use to store all of the different things that I pull out of Git. So Phoenix framework is there. So I'm going to drop back out of. So I have an organization level there. I'm going to drop back out of that, and so I'll do git clone of that. The Phoenix framework, Phoenix. Actually, if I'm following my own systematic process, I would make a directory here called Phoenix framework, like so. Move into that, and then clone Phoenix into there. Before going back to the instructions, so we want to get inside that environment. And then, apparently we want to check out a particular version, a particular branch. I guess, right? Okay, that makes sense. They've got their master one as the kind of possibly the bleeding edge. So I'm going to check out release 0.1.0, and then we're going to do these operations here. Could not find hex, which is needed to build dependency cowboy. Shall I install hex? I guess I will say yes. There we go. Apparently, there's so I think Mix is this build tool for Erlang or Elixir, I guess.
Elixir.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like Rake and
Right.
Rails and Bundler all combined.
Indeed, indeed. Yes, they were talking about it in the Ruby Rogues podcast, weren't they? So that appears to have installed successfully, although I am getting some errors. There's some warnings. There's a compilation error there. I wonder if I can ignore that and just move on. It's telling me that the next thing to do is create a new Phoenix application with front-end tools included, and that seems a reasonable thing. And I guess if I want to create what I would probably do here is move this back out of here and move into Agile Ventures, and yes, now I guess I'm not sure whether if I do this, do I need to create the? I guess I will clear Phoenix test there, and then I will do mix Phoenix test. No, I want Phoenix.new, and then I will do this Phoenix test. So that could be, yeah, I wonder if I have to be,
I think it's a capital P. No?
Not according to that.
No,
there.
okay. No.
I have I'm just because of, I'm wondering here if I need to be in the Phoenix directory in order for this to work and give it the relative path. So if I back out to there and then go to Agile Ventures, okay. So that did something. So we've got some warnings there. Okay. And then we've got this, I think this is the same, so when we try to, I assume that's the compile step there, we've got some issue there. But I wonder, we'll see, I'm sort of, rather than immediately going off into the woods on that error message, I'm tempted to see if we can just run the server. The Phoenix task will prompt you to install dependencies and prompt you on how to start prompts. When the dependencies are loaded, cd into the new application directory and run mix Phoenix server. It feels like that's the getting started docs. I wonder if I immediately just see like a little error in the markdown syntax there, getting started see the official site. I guess that maybe we can't immediately submit a pull request to that. You see what I'm saying? Like the reason there I missed that this mixed Phoenix server, that should be in triple backticks so that it stands out as a.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's. Okay, so it looks like, at least on my side, at least I can't run the feed. Well, no, I need to go. Oh, I have to get back. Well, I'm in the wrong directory for a start. I'm going to open a new tab there and just have that open in the there. And okay, so we'll just see. I suspect, right. So presumably it's created some stuff for us here. So it's okay. So I think okay. So that error that we got before, or the error that we've got doing all those different things, which is the same one, has prevented the basic Phoenix app from being created. So I think we're going to need to dive in and investigate this error. How is the Elixir install going on your individual machines? Federico, is it running away in the background?
I'm installing Erlang right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Cool. How about you, Fred? Is it also installing in the background?
Yeah, I successfully installed it.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, you might want to run through the if Elixir is running, you could try installing Phoenix and see if you get to the same error state as me, or maybe it will all just work for you. I imagine you're probably maybe on a slightly different version of OS X. Just for wrong thing. Just for reference, I'm on 10.11.6 of OS X El Capitan, I think I just bumped up one. So I'm going to have a little look-see and see. Okay, so interesting. We've got some Phoenix issues. Let's see. Right. Huh. So, okay. So that's an issue from earlier this year. This is one from the previous. Okay. So that seems to imply that we're using, well, this problem has been diagnosed as being from an older version of Phoenix. We've checked out the version that was recommended in the getting started document. 1.2.4. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. Ah, okay. So that all right. So for some reason, I guess. Okay. I think I see the problem there. Is that the version 10 of the docs is just happens to appear at the top of the Google thing, and in fact, we should probably be. Well, that says it'll say beta. There's a much newer. Okay. Right. Installation. Huh. Okay. Let's. Okay. Get started. Phoenix. That's the docs. That says version 1. Okay. Well, there's a 1.2 version. Okay. Right. Overview. Okay. Installation. So I. I think, okay, well, let's go back to mix local.hex. Okay, I think I do. So that's to update mix to be the latest version. Okay, I assume we've got Erlang. And then once we have Elixir and Erlang, we're ready to install the Phoenix Mix archive. A Mix archive is a zip file which contains the application as well as its compiled bean files. It is tied to a specific version of the application. The archive is what we will use to generate a new base Phoenix application which we can build from. Okay, so it looks like the process that I just used there to do the installation was totally out of date. So, Fred, don't follow that link that I put in the chat there. This is then the up-to-date link that I put in there, and so then that implies that this is the way to install it.
Yeah, I was wondering why we are using the different guides, because I was the right version you are reading.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then that was just I mean, this obviously that was a popular page at one point, but so yes, that's my mistake on googling. But so, I mean, this installation thing here now is sort of saying, okay, so I assume there it's like I've installed this archive using Mix. It mentions here plant, cowboy, ecto, Node.js optional dependency, PostgreSQL. I've got one of those. Okay, and then okay, so we've done the installation. So now guides up and running. Yeah, first Phoenix application up and running as quickly as possible. So, all right. So this is potentially now we can go back. This is our Phoenix test. If I drop back a level, and I can say mix Phoenix new Phoenix test. Yes, I do. Fetch and install the version speeds. Yes, please. All right.
Sam, which version did you go to? Am I on the right?
I went to what appears to be the 1.2 version, which if you go to the phoenixframework.org, just as the root, it comes. It basically doesn't have a version number in the URL. So
I think I got it.
yeah, I think you're in exactly the right place. Yeah. So it looks like Node, or at least some Node modules are being installed. They were talking about that actually in the Ruby Rogues podcast. That there's, I think it's part of the asset pipeline. They're doing it in Node still because that way they didn't want to reinvent the wheel there.
Yeah, didn't they say that like 90% of their issues are with Node?
They did say that.
Something like that, yeah.
Ah. Okay.
So you do. I'm sorry.
Go on.
You do mix local hex first. Is that right?
That was, I did do that. Yep. So I guess it's telling me that I should create a database. So we're using ecto there. So what happens there? It's got a it's got a code library called Pool Boy. Everybody needs a Pool Boy. So, and if I jump out of here, I may be able to actually look at the code structure. Let's have a look now here. Yeah, okay, so we've got a whole, lib Phoenix text. Okay, and I guess I may have to install some kind of Elixir I don't know. I have an Erlang plugin, but let's have a look. Guys, it's P. No. No, that's not what I want. What did I forget? What's the install, package install? We got Elixir. Elixir playground, the text minutes about text blah. I assume that I want that. And then I should be able to, yeah, let's have Elixir. All right. I do love, as you may have seen in my blog, I just love colored syntax. All right. So that appears to have worked there. And finally, we can do mix phoenix.server. Not on that, because that's the wrong thing. Okay. All right. There's a couple of errors there, but it looks like it might be running. Look. Whee! We have a Phoenix page. Woohoo.
Good job.
Go on, yeah, how's it going on your end?
I got, I guess, Phoenix going, and I'm trying to skim this, see what I need. What was your, no, you're on Mac, right?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of effectively, because it said optional dependency there, I skipped it there. I think that you can, it seemed to me like you can maybe skip installing it there, and it
Oh,
will,
really?
the next, I think on the, what did I do? Well, you know, obviously you can follow it through as you do. I think when I did the mix Phoenix new, like on the up and running, it then pulled in. It did like npm install and pulled in. I guess I'm not sure what. You know, it maybe used my existing version of npm and Node. So if the
Let me try this. You tried, did you try the very last line?
I didn't. I think. I mean, unless you particularly want to do, so you've done the mix local hex, and then you've done the mix archive install, and I think having done that, in principle, it's only those two things, and then you could try this, you know, mix Phoenix new, and then just a file, a directory name for it to create in. I mean, I think you'll probably want Ecto, and so on.
Okay.
Let's see where, and Fred, yeah, where are you up to? Oh yeah, you've got a little.
Created the Hello Phoenix
Okay.
project.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is we have to run the echo command.
I did, and it worked, and it seems like probably a good idea. At least if it will, if it fails, it will. You know, it's good to know. Like ultimately, kind of being able to connect through the database is an important.
Echo.create.
Yeah, I think it's the right way to go. Yeah, and so we can see there for Federico, that's then pulling in the dependencies to see how long it takes. And that may pull in npm or may ask you to. Oh, okay, there you go. It's asking you to.
Okay.
It looks like you probably could sidestep that with the no brunch, but kind of up to you, I guess. Now, the thing where I've got to with this Hello Phoenix page is it sort of reminds me of the Rails sort of starting page, and what's not clear to me here is whether you know, any code is actually being exercised, particularly if this is just a static page that it's serving. I'm getting a couple of, so just running the server here. What is it? I'm getting an error there, and it says a couple of errors, I guess, about the directory layout, which is maybe not so important. And then, okay.
Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, it looks like Fred, you're on the same page there then.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Are you? What did you elect to do, Federico? Are you going to try and install npm now, or are you going to sidestep?
I'm gonna skip it for now and see what's the command line, the command for to run the server.
I think it is just
Mix.
yeah, mix and then phoenix.server, all
Space.
lowercase. Yeah, no space. It's yeah, there's a space between mix and phoenix. There's mix space phoenix period server. So you've got a few more installs to do. Okay, so next step is customizing application. You're still installing a few things there. I'm just going to start reading about how we customize it. So this guide is telling us we're going to try and add 2 new pages to the Phoenix application. One will be a purely static page, and the other will take a part of the path that the URL is input and pass it through to a template for display. Along the way, we'll gain familiarity with the basic components of the Phoenix application, the router, controllers, views, and templates. Right, so we've got this top-level directory. Apparently, most of our work will be in the web directory. Here we go. Channels controllers. There we go. We've got a little page controller there. Interesting. All of the files which are currently in the controllers, templates, and views directories are there to create the Welcome to Phoenix page we saw in the last guide. So I guess actually we're going to have a little look at the view, page view, layout view, error view. Yeah, I wonder where it's called like static templates page index.html. Okay, so I wonder if that's the. Anyway, let's carry on reading. Okay, by convention, in the development environment, anything in the web directory will be automatically recompiled when there is a new web request. All of our application static assets live in priv/static in the directory appropriate for each type of file, CSS, images, or JS. We place assets that require a build phase into web static, and source files are built into their respective app.js, app.css bundles within priv/static. We won't be making any changes here for now, but it's good to know as it looks for future reference. Okay, priv web static. Okay, and there's a lib directory. Okay, is that also in the up there? Endpoint. Okay, so that's internals that I'm not going to investigate right now. Lib is not recompiled. A new root. That sounds good. So roots map unique HTTP verb path pairs to control app pairs which will handle them. Phoenix generates a router file for us in new applications web router.x. There we go. Aha. I'm going to put this on the side here and put this on this side here. Like this. Okay. Okay. The root for our Welcome to Phoenix page from the previous up and running guide looks like this. Am I looking? I'm looking at get text for some reason. Ah, okay, here it is. Right. So we've got the scope pipe through browser, and then we've got the root there. Okay. The page we're going to build will simply say "Hello World" from Phoenix when we point our browser to HTTP localhost 4000 hello. The first thing we need to do is create that page. Is define a root for it. Let's open up revrouter.x in text editor. That should currently look like this. Okay, yeah, that's all looking good. How's I guess yours is still compiling there in the background, Federico. And Fred, I guess you're in a position you can edit the same file and see if you can get the same effect.
Okay.
So it's going to look like, okay. So we're going to add a new. We've got a get message there. we're going to specify a new controller to hook it up to. And then that's going to have the atom index there. Okay. The controllers are Elixir modules, actions are Elixir functions defined in them. So we need to create a new controller. So web controllers, new file. So this could be hello controller.x. We'll save that. And then that needs to have, and so I could be copying and pasting this out, but I think very often with a new language and a new framework, it's great to type these things out, you know, directly to kind of sort of get the muscle memory for typing with the syntax, and to sort of, it's so easy to, when you're copying and pasting kind of a chunk of stuff, to just sort of glaze over it, and actually typing it out by hand kind of really forces you to become familiar with every little element of it. Okay, so yeah, I'm defining a module here. We've got like a do end block there. This is the module namespace. ElixirPhoenix is, I guess, our app. Hello controller. Has it defaulted the other? So we've got another controller there. Oh, that's interesting. I'm just gonna let's split those so I can see both the existing controller and the new controller I'm writing. So I'm sort of assuming that this is a way of including a module the way that Ruby does. Interesting that this is .web on Hello Phoenix and this is .web on Phoenix test. Yeah. So index, we've got con underscore params. Do, and then render con index.html. Right. Okay. Let's focus on the index2 action. All controller actions take two arguments. The first is con, a structure which holds a ton of data about the request. The second is params, which are the request parameters. Here we are not using params, and we avoid compiler warnings by adding the leading underscore. The core of this action is render con index.html. Okay. All right. So, can we now run this controller, or it's not? I mean, I'm kind of, having written that, I'm tempted to go to our thing and do /hello and see what happens. Ooh. Module hellophoenix.web is not loaded and could not be found. How are you doing there, Federico? Is that you having a Postgre connection failure?
Yeah. I'm not sure. Let's see.
So did you run the ecto create thing?
No, I ran, what was that? Hello Phoenix, and then could not find rebar that installed it, and then it did all this.
I think when you ran the mix phoenix.server, right, and it's
right.
when the mix that's trying to run the server. Yeah. Well, you know also that if you scroll down to the very bottom, if you type, you may know this. If you just do Control-C now.
Oh, it's probably trying, right? Okay. Yeah, it's probably trying to connect to the server.
Do you have Postgre installed already?
No. No. No, I don't.
No. It may actually. You could go to localhost 4000, and you may, because it. I don't know that it's actually. You could just go to localhost 4000, and it might just work. Worth a try.
Hello, Sam.
Hey, Fred, how you doing?
Did you install any plugin for Sublime? Because I see the code in your Sublime highlighted. It's
Yeah, the
different.
syntax coloring. Yes, yes. So I wondered, Fred, do you have the Sublime package install system set up? Um,
I don't know.
yeah, I'll basically there is a I'll send you the link. There's a link here. I'll put in the chat with instructions on how to install package control. If you already have package control, you can try Command Shift P and type install, and then that will select. Yeah, I don't think you have that set up. So you might want to. I put the link in the Hangout chat. If you go there and follow the instructions there for your version of Sublime, you can get set up with the package control system, and then you'll be able to use that to install an Elixir package. But so it looks like you, for Federico, it looks like you got something there.
Yeah, a little something, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I think. Oh,
So I guess you may want to install Postgre.
yeah. I thought. Okay, here we go. No.
Oh, although you could. One thing you could try there, if you do Control C and
Yeah, I
break.
did that.
Yeah. Well, one thing you can do is, I was going to say, you probably know this already, but you can type history here, and you get a list of the commands that you typed previously. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah,
function.
no.
Yeah.
I think I got history like
Just hit
20
return.
or something.
Or just yeah, or you can do history like tail or anything. Yeah. So we can see there. Yeah. So you did the mix Phoenix server. There's a mix ecto.create command that you could have run before you did mix Phoenix.server. So mix space ecto.create.
Okay.
And that may just fail horribly if there's no. Yeah, we go. So I think there's no. So I think you're probably, to get stable, you may want to install Postgre.
Okay. Sudo get. Do you know what it is?
PostgreSQL. Yeah, SQL. Yeah, we'll see if that works.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I think it's just Postgres.
Maybe.
Oops. No, it's
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just looking here at. It says it's sudo apt-get. I think you need to type the word install. So it's like sudo apt-get install Postgre. And
What is it though? It's
PostgreSQL. It's
PostgreSQL. Okay. Yeah, just forgot that. I've installed it before, just not on this. This
Yeah.
is like a base application client I have. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you need the install word to come after the word apt-get.
Oh yes. What was the other one? Or I guess it'll install it, right?
I think that'll do it. I'm just looking at some docs here which are talking about the PostgreSQL-contrib. But that by itself, I think if you just hit return, in principle that will work. There's always the recommended doing sudo apt-get update beforehand to make sure that you're on the latest version of apt-get.
Yeah, I did that already.
Oh, cool. All right, so that's working away in the background. That might take a moment. So I guess I might, I'm not sure where I was up to, carry on with the up and running, trying to add these things. I do this thing, as you noticed, that I basically have this ability or curse of talking while I'm thinking. So I just kind of almost never stop talking, and I realize that can be distracting if you guys are trying to fix or do things in the background. So if you need me to stop talking at any time, then just say stop talking, and it's all good.
No, it's fine. That's a good thing.
Cool. You're very kind, and that's flattery will get you everywhere. But so yeah, the thing. Oh, go on, Fred.
Yeah, I say it's okay.
That's
And
it.
I've installed the Elixir plugin for Sublime.
So you've got the plugin installed for Sublime,
Yes.
and that's working. Excellent, excellent. Yes.
But
Go
I
on.
think it's time for me to go to bed. It's too late here. So I wish you guys have a nice time.
Great.
So,
Well, thanks for joining us, Fred. It was good to see you. Great that we could get you. You've got a little Phoenix app running there. Great stuff.
okay, thank you, and great to see you, Sam and
Federico?
Federico.
Federico, yes.
See you next time.
Yeah, nice
Yes.
one. Yeah, I
Nice to
look
meet you,
forward to hanging out with you again, Fred. We'll maybe follow up. It's going to be a busy day tomorrow. I'm not sure that there'll be time for pairing, but we'll follow up on the local support chat and look about making a pull request on that local support stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Nice one. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye bye.
All right. So. All right. So you've got that. Okay. I recognize that error that you've got there. So we often get that error after an initial Postgre install. You're familiar with that one?
No, is it just
I think it's about like there's like an initial step with Postgre where you need to kind of create a base user that has basic permissions. It might, if you scroll up, you might see there might have been some instructions at the end of the install about how to deal with that. Otherwise, probably just take the error message and do a Google search for the error message string plus Ubuntu, and I can't remember the exact instructions, or I might get them wrong for this particular thing, but it's basically, what is it? I'll do it for you. It's the password authentication failed, but Ubuntu. Password authentication failure is PostgreSQL. There we go. That's the one. Yeah, so there's a Stack Overflow post here that I think summarizes the correct thing to do. Yeah. So you can see it on my screen here. At the first, this is, I think, a thing. So there's this sudo -u Postgre psql. I think that this initial one, this is just checking to see the status of the system. This one actually fix it.
sudo -u.
Oh, so that's worked there. Yeah, and then it's interesting here. So since you're in there, it's basically once you're inside the shell, it seems like you could give the DB user Postgre a password.
Usually it's Postgres.
What was it said here? Fatal in password authentication failed for user Postgre. Yeah, it's usually Postgre. You could try. I mean, this now from this position you can kind of set the password. The example they give is they just put the new password, but yeah, I think it's usually just the word Postgre itself, which you could try setting there.
Okay, hang on. pause on, where was it? It was alter user.
There, I just put in the chat. It's so alter space user in caps, and then Postgre lowercase, and then space password in caps, and then a space, and then a single quoted string, and let's just call it Postgre. And then after this, then a semicolon.
Semicolon. Is that right?
Yeah, that looks about right. So yeah, then you can do Control D and get out of there. I don't know if this will fix the problem or not. So I think it was mix. You were running mix ecto create. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like.
Oh, okay.
Good, right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I guess you could try running mix phoenix.server again.
Note is unavailable. Yeah, I haven't installed it yet.
Yeah. Okay. And I guess that's just it's saying the as. Okay, so that's maybe why you're getting a less colorful kind of startup screen.
Right. Yeah.
There
Okay.
was but yeah, you're not getting the like before. It was getting like repeatedly trying to poll the database, and so that's okay. So you've got that working there. It looks like you're getting some of the same. Yeah, it looks like it's.
Yeah, but it's a lot. It's before it had what it had some of this when I did that.
Yeah, I've got those
right
same
there.
same errors there. Or they're kind of error / warnings or what have you. Yeah, cool. So do you want to install npm, or would you want to jump ahead and try adding this new controller?
Well, Sam, it's 10 o'clock. I think.
Time to wrap up is good too. Yeah.
I gotta do other stuff.
Sure, not a problem.
But this was a good session. I think we got started. Who else is interested in? It was, I think. It was Fred.
Yeah, no, this Fred Zmago has expressed an interest.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, although I think he's kind of maybe more into doing some other JavaScript front end stuff, which makes me think about trying to arrange some of those. But then also Raul and Marouen also expressed an interest, and I as you saw, I got this ElixirPhoenix channel set up. So anybody who's kind of interested can jump in there. There's also a good time for me. There's always so many things to do, but it's great to meet you. I really appreciate all of the ways in which you've been contributing to the community over the last few months. It's totally awesome. So it's great to kind of make your more virtual acquaintance.
Likewise. Which reminds me, I have not read your blog today. I haven't had a chance, but
no worries.
I think I just sort of clicked on it, but I didn't have a chance to actually read it. But I'll do that here by the end of the. It's 10 o'clock my time. In a few hours, I'll do that.
Cool. Yeah. No worries. Your input on them very much appreciated. Don't feel compelled to do them, but yes, it's definitely very much appreciated.
Yeah. No, it's no problem. It gives me a chance to read them. I hope you're not. You don't take. You encouraged me to proofread it, so.
Yeah. It's very valuable. I think it's very valuable to have an extra set of eyes on things, and you catch stuff that I probably wouldn't, and
right.
It's. I mean, it's interesting because there's a. Yeah, and I can encourage you to do it in the blog draft channel, so other people, I think if other people want to get involved, they can see that there's that process going on, and Yeah, so it's kind of all good. But yeah, don't feel that you're under any obligation to carry on doing it for any longer than it continues to be useful or valuable or interesting for you. So.
Well, okay. Well, thanks for that out. But no, I'll continue reading it, and just don't take any offense to any of the corrections.
None
we all
at all.
have our own styles. We all have our own styles, and
absolutely. Yeah, and I think my style is often I'm on the kind of, what's the word, bull in a china shop, kind of just like I just sort of steams about. So you know, critical feedback, or whether it's at the level of you know, grammar or just stylistic or any of it is really welcome. And I think that's one of the things that can be challenging for all sorts of people is, you know, preparing and these things and how criticism is taken. I try and make sure that I'm as open to criticism as I can be. So it's
you're pretty, yeah, you take it pretty well, I guess.
So far. We'll see.
Right.
So, yeah, it'll come out in therapy in 20 years, I'm sure. Anyway, yeah, cool.
Okay,
well,
Sam.
I'm glad that worked out. You know, you have a great day, and yeah, I'll just stop the broadcast there.